I've always been a very curious person, and photography has just been an excuse, in fact, for me to put myself in quite a lot of interesting situations and meet interesting people. I feel in a sense that without photography, I perhaps wouldn't have made the same decisions I have had in the past. I really like people. I really care very much about what's going on this planet. And at times, photography, or the camera rather, it's just something I drop in between me and another person in any given situation. I've always been interested in the arts. Photography seemed to be quite easy for me. It's nothing that I really worry very much about. I just go somewhere, document the situation and how I feel there, and for some reason or another, I seem to photograph differently than other people. I'm very happy to be here in Georgia. It's my first time here. I hope it's not my last.
How you communicate with people? Because you're doing your projects in the different countries, but without language, you have communicate with people. Did you work with Fixer or not?
Well, while I was in Egypt, I began a project. I was covering the Egyptian uprising, the Egyptian revolution, and basically I came across as I was saying, while I was in Egypt, I was documenting the Egyptian uprising. I came across another interesting story which fascinated me, which was about Chinese people living in Africa, and in particular in Egypt. As much as it was exciting to follow the events for the next 2 or 3 years in Egypt, I became very drawn to this project, which I worked on alongside the work which is being exhibited here at the festival. It's been a wonderful opportunity to have students and teach a workshop and understand how young Georgian photographers see the world. The exhibition, which is on show here at the wait a minute. What's the name? TBC Bank. The exhibition, which is on show at the TBC Bank here in Tbilisi, features the documentation of the first 18 days of the Egyptian uprising. I'm fortunate enough that I'm a mix of many heritages, and I'm also Egyptian, so I coincidentally was living in my grandfather's apartment, which is on the square itself. And so I believe that I managed to document everything from quite a different point of view, both as an insider and an outsider. I hope that's what people take from these photos.
Who will you be if you would not be a photographer? What will be your profession?
I don't know. I have no idea. I really very much like being on the other side of the camera. So I'm not sure I really would like to be on the cover of any magazine. But I guess one of the first things I teach my students to do is to really have respect for your subjects, and that if you're ready to photograph people in very intimate situations that you should be prepared to have the camera faced onto you. I don't believe I answered your question, but I wish I could tell you something interesting like a fireman or superstar, rock star. I would like to go to space. I don't think I am in the right health to go to space. I think I have to start, being a bit healthier person.
Can you say some advices for photographers and also a little bit about workshops that you did?
Well, the workshop here has been an interesting situation since I believe it's only foreign photographers teaching to Georgian photographers. Quite honestly, here at this festival, I've been not only doing portfolio reviews, but as well as doing workshops, and to see how Georgian photographers see the world is quite refreshing for me. I actually really like teaching, very much so. It helps me rethink the way I see photography. Sometimes I tell someone something, I tell them something which is proper or improper, or that they should do this or they can't do this. And then that night I think about it and I tell myself, well, why not? Perhaps you can shoot with a cell phone or work in a different type of way. So I believe just the experience of teaching helps me reconsider the way I work and helps me really value understanding that you can really learn from photographers of all ages and all levels, and obviously all places.
And what is your future project about?
I'm working on quite a few projects. I'm not going to share all of them, but what is interesting for me is changing the medium of what I'm working with. I've been working a lot recently with Instagram, literally with Instagram, and it's just been a very different way of working. Usually my clients are editorials or magazines, and in this case, Instagram represents an extremely different way of working. I think it's there's a lot to say about where our society is heading, the importance of the like button, just very different. I shoot an assignment or I shoot some work, it publishes in a magazine, I never get to see it because I'm not in the right country, and now everything is just working at a very different speed. Personally, I love it. I love not having to carry as many cameras. Here in Georgia, I'm hoping to stay here much longer than planned, but otherwise, I probably will be heading back to Brazil, where I am working on various projects of humanistic nature. Is it okay? You want me to talk about because it's it's very, very confusing to people because I was born with 4 citizenships, and so I don't really feel like I'm from one place more than another place.